Alright, so the challenge today is I'm going to hit you guys with 5 obscure Street Fighter 6 facts. And the bet is that if you haven't heard or seen some of these, or all of them, then you have to subscribe. That's the way I'm doing this. That's the rules. You have to hit that button down there. Alright, number 1 obscure bit of Street Fighter 6 trivia. Did you know that Dhalsim's level 2 super is currently glitched? It does not work properly. There is an issue with this super, and it has happened in a few matches already. Let me demonstrate it first. There we go. So, in case you're wondering what the hell is happening here. Bonk. Dhalsim's level 2 super is a 4-hit fireball, but the game is incorrectly set at the moment to deload the graphic for the fireball, like the visual for it, after 3 hits. So if you block the first 3 hits of his level 2 and then crouch the 4th hit, the 4th hit is still active, the hitbox is still up in the air and it'll still come back down, but it's completely invisible. It's just a hitbox with no visual attached to it, and you can get caught out very easily by this invisible fireball. Okay, number 2. This is kind of like an open-ended question, but I feel like a lot of people don't know this yet. Do you guys know what the difference is between doing this and doing this? Landing a DI versus getting the big cinematic slowdown. The easy answer, which a lot of people are probably saying right now because they saw me change the settings, is punish counter. If you get a punish counter, you get the cinematic DI, and that's only half true. And this is an important thing to learn actually, because there are 2 different ways you can get a cinematic DI in this game. One is to punish counter, and the other is to armor through anything. If you armor through something, you will still get the cinematic DI, even if this is not a punish counter. Let me show you. Punish counter is turned off. And there you go. Because I armored through the spike, that sets the flag in-game to make sure that the DI causes the cinematic crumple. And this is actually a really useful thing to learn, because this is actually a way that you can integrate cinematic DI into combos. So let me just show you one thing right here. So I've got the opponent JP set to wake up EX Amnesia, the most hated move in the game. And I'm going to do a sequence afterwards. There we go. So what I'm doing here is I'm integrating a DI into the middle of the combo, but because the DI is armoring through the bombs set up by JP's counter, that actually switches it over from a regular DI into a cinematic DI, and that's why I can do that swag-ass combo. Because I'm taking advantage of the secondary, lesser-known way to get the DI to go into the cinematic. So it does have like in-game uses. You can actually combo into DI and still retain the follow-up. So that is my number 2 bit of trivia. Alright, number 3 is one that I discovered during the beta, and I assumed that everyone knew about, but it turns out that almost nobody knows about this one. It's specific to Kimberly, and a bunch of Kimberly mains have recently come forward and said they had no idea this feature existed. It's only for Kimberly, and it's actually quite useful. So, for those who don't know, Kimberly has a command run. Quarter circle forward kick activates her run. And this run has several different follow-ups. You can press light kick for this flip kick, which is plus on block. You can press medium kick to go into a slide, which is a low. And you can press heavy kick to go into an overhead. And you can press nothing to go into the sort of run up the body move. And a lot of Kimberly players were struggling to find ways to consistently do this as fast as possible. Like, some Kimberly combos require you to go into the slide on like the earliest possible frame, straight from running to slide, and it's surprisingly hard to do that consistently. The window is quite small. However, Capcom actually predicted this would be an issue, trying to get the follow-up to come out like on the first possible frame. And they actually added a special hidden mechanic to Kimberly's run, where if you run and you hold forward and the kick button from the run input, you will automatically go into the follow-up on the earliest possible frame. So if I do quarter circle forward, hold kick, she will do the light kick follow-up on the earliest possible frame. If I do quarter circle forward, hold medium kick, she will do the medium kick follow-up earliest possible frame. All you need to do, as you can see in the input reader on the left-hand side, just keep holding the kick button down, and you will go straight into the follow-up 100% of the time, as early as physically possible, with no extra inputs required. But like I said, a bunch of players don't know this. Kimberly mains don't know this. I've seen like professional Kimberly players have no idea this is a feature. I think it also works with EX Run as well. Yeah, it depends which two kick buttons you hold down. If you hold down medium and heavy, you get the overhead. Light and heavy gives you the slide, and light and medium gives you the flip. Alright, number 4. This one is kind of the opposite of the previous one, where I feel like Blanka players know this, but no one else knows this. So, Blanka has this move right here. This is the most overpowered move in the game. No, I'm just kidding. But the Blanka-chans are an extremely powerful tool. He gets 3 of them. 3 of them per round. And that's more than enough, as far as I'm concerned. Like, Blanka never needs... I've never seen a round where Blanka needs more than 3 of these to win, because they get reloaded at the start of the next round. But as a few people in chat have already told me, have preempted this one, it is actually possible for Blanka to reload his Blanka-chans, and the way to do it is not super obvious. You have to use his taunt, and it's only one specific version of his taunt. It's back plus taunt, where he starts juggling the Blanka-chans. That will restore 1 Blanka stock. Now, I should add, this is never ever worth doing, because this taunt cannot be interrupted, and it takes 233 frames to play out. So you will literally never see a Blanka player actually use this in a match, unless they want to die while they're stuck taunting for several seconds. But yeah, Blanka can actually reload his Blanka-chans. No, not even during stun. Stun is not long enough to... well, you can do it during a stun, but you won't get any combo. You can reload, but you are forfeiting your entire stun combo. Which is never worth doing. So like, you could, if you felt like styling on the opponent, you could stun them. Do the taunt. And then you are technically plus afterwards, but you can't taunt and still get a stun combo as well. So this one's reserved for disrespecting your opponent. Alright, and the final obscure Street Fighter 6 trivia is actually not a character. It's a feature. So, if you go into one-on-one mode, you turn on commentary, which I know no one in the world actually does. This feature stays off for a reason. And during the loading screen, when it gives you the ability to control...
Time to select a stage.
Yes, I agree. When it gives you the ability to control your face and do the silly face gestures, you can press a certain button sequence and an Easter egg activates.
Our stage has been decided. Next up are the characters.
Shall we begin then?
These 2 fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns. Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Okay, there we go. So you may have heard the little Street Fighter 2 character sound effect playing. That confirms that you've done the code correctly. And now if you listen out, the real-time commentary feature has been replaced with animal noises. Yes, you're hearing this correctly. This is not an effect that I've added in post-production. This is actually coming from the game. All of the commentary has been replaced with barnyard animals. So yeah. Personally, I think this is a better way to play the game. This is more advanced. I should pause it so that's not going to go over the top of me. The code to do this, for anyone wondering, as I said, this can only be done during the part of the loading screen where you can control your face. You want to press down R1, up L1, square, X, triangle, circle in PlayStation notation. And you have to press it quite quickly in sequence. So yeah. I assume this was like a leftover thing from development testing that they left in as an Easter egg. It's a fun little joke secret. Anyway, there we go. Five obscure features you may not have known about. If you guys know any more secret Easter eggs and stuff like that, please let me know down in the comments. And I will catch you guys in the next video.